Today, we will be making a very simple and elegant card. It is called an envelope card. This card is so simple to make. It is for when you want to make a quick but beautiful card for someone. Today, I will be showing you how to make the card extra strong. Here are the materials needed. If you want, you can pause the video at this time and ensure that you have all the materials before we begin. So let's start. So first off, measure a white Bristol board at length 8 cm and width 8 cm. Cut out that white Bristol board. Using that 8 cm square, trace out 7 of that shape on a white Bristol board. Then cut those shapes out. Now you have 8 equal pieces of white Bristol boards cut at 8 cm length and 8 cm width. Place glue on one of the 8 cm square and stick one of the other white Bristol board square on top that square. Do that same thing for the rest of the squares. Now you have 4 squares. Take now a gift paper and trace out 2 shapes of square using one of the white Bristol board square. Cut out those shapes of the gift paper. Place glue on one of the white Bristol board square and stick the gift paper on top it. Do that same thing for the other white Bristol board square. Place glue on the gift paper and stick it on top the white Bristol board square. Taking our compass, set it at 4 cm and place the compass in the middle of the square. You can do so by just placing a compass where you think is the middle of the square and ensure that you can get a complete circle right around the square. Or using a ruler, you can find the exact middle of the square by finding the middle of the length and the width of the square, and where the lines intersect is the exact middle of the square. Then place the compass in the middle and draw the circle. I like the first method. I find it more quick. Draw out an 8 cm circle on each of the 4 pieces of squares. Cut out those circles. Now you have 4 circles, 2 with pattern, 2 without pattern. Fold each of the circle in half. Crease the folds well. Next, arrange the pattern as shown. To do that, start with the pattern paper. It could be any pattern, but begin with it. And place the other white half of circle on the side with half of that white circle on the inside of the pattern circle and the other half of that half of the circle in the bottom side of the pattern circle as shown. Do that same thing for the other half of circle. For the last circle, place half of that circle on the inside of the pattern circle and the other half on top the other pattern paper. The design should look like this so far. Take a look at the way the last circle was placed again. You place in half of that last circle on the inside and half of that circle on the top of the other circle. When you turn over the shape, the next side should look similar. The shape on all sides should be exactly the same at this point. What sometimes I like to do at this point is turn over the card and place glue in all the flaps. But I'm not going to do that in this video. However, you can do so if you like to. That will help your card to be more sturdy for the next step. For the next step, take a white bristle board. Measure a white bristle board at length 8 cm and width 8 cm. Cut out that white bristle board. Using that 8 cm square, trace out another of that shape on a white bristle board. Then cut that shape out. Place glue on one of the 8 cm square and stick one of the other white bristle board square on top of that square. Trim off any extra edges of the white bristle board. Place glue on the 8 cm square. Taking the pattern, open the pattern slightly and place your finger in the middle to hold the pattern together. Then open the pattern as shown. Then stick the 8 cm square in the middle of that pattern as shown. Fix the pattern well. Then carefully close the square to suit the design as shown. Take a white bristle board. Measure 2 strips at length 18 cm and width 1.5 cm. Cut out those strips. Place glue on one of those strips and place the other strip on top of it. Trim off any extra edges of the white bristle board. Take the strip and place it around the card. Ensure that it is not placed too tightly around the card. Also, ensure that the strips intersect in the middle of the card as shown. Mark where both ends stop using the back of the knife and place glue on the end of the strip and stick the strip together. Take out and crease the ends of the strip. Place the card and the strip in a book and allow them to dry. After it dries, inspect and place the card through the band. For the flower, take a bristle board and measure a square at 4 cm. Cut out that square. Taking our gift paper, trace out that square shape on the gift paper. Cut out that shape. Then place the white bristle board square and the gift paper square together and fold both squares together as shown. Crease the fold well. Cut out any extra edges of the white square. Fold the folds again as shown. Crease the fold again and trim off any extra edges of the white square. Open and fold to form the pattern. Draw a semicircle on the pattern. Cut out the semicircle. Cut the edges to form the petal of the flower. The flower will go in the middle of the band on the card. Next, taking the pattern flower, cut out some of the petals as shown and stick them on the white flower, but the part of the flower facing the white part of the card. Trim off any extra edges of the white around the pattern petals. Place glue in the middle of the flower and stick the flower in the middle of the band of the card. Ensuring that the white petals are on the pattern side of the card and the colored petals are on the white side of the card. Lastly, for the flower, Take a yellow paper and measure it length 5 cm, width 5 cm. Cut out that yellow paper. Measure out another yellow paper the same size, length 5 cm, width 5 cm. Cut out that yellow paper. Fold that yellow paper in half. Crease well. Then fold that yellow paper in half again. Crease again. Next, taking that yellow paper that we folded, cut out strips of that paper as shown. Then cut along the edge. On that one paper, we got 2 pieces that will be used to make our flowers. The other 5 cm paper will be used to probably make another flower for another card. But we can cut it up one time. For one of the yellow cut up paper, place glue on it and roll the yellow paper tightly as shown. Place glue on the second yellow paper as shown and roll it tightly on the next roll of paper. Rest the paper in the middle of the flower and gently open the flower. Trim down the flower smaller to suit the size that you want and stick it between the flower using glue. Lastly, taking a damp cloth, wipe out any glue spots on the card if there are any. Note an easy way to close the card is put the panels in position and then close the panels all at once. And there you have it. Your envelope card have been completed. And so you may make as many envelope cards as you may like. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos.